Okay, so I just jumped a bus out of downtown Vancouver here, and as you'll notice, it's kind of overcast. But I jumped on a bus. I'm here in Burnaby now, and I got some caches that I want to do. I was talking with a few of my friends on Twitter earlier that are local geocachers, Cuttlefish and Brelang, and they basically told me that if I don't go caching today, I'm not a real geocacher because you gotta cache in all types of weather. So I figured it would be kind of funny to vlog this trip because you're going to see the progression of how soaked I'm going to get because I have no extra clothing after this. And I'm probably going to be shivering and miserable by the end of this, but it's going to be hilarious. I have 16 caches planned for this trip, and I feel like that might be a little bit overkill, but hey, we'll see what happens. I might get stuck and lost in the middle of Burnaby without any way home. I hope that doesn't happen, but it's welcome to geocaching. That's what happens in geocaching. Anything goes. It's always an adventure. So I was so distracted by the water earlier that I almost walked right past my first geocache. Whoops. Now that I've found my first one, can I just go home? No? Okay. I had 16 on the docket. With all the rain, there was about 4 or 5 that were not directly in line with where I was going. That were kind of in the area, but ish, whatever. So I just kind of cut them out because I figured 16 is kind of extremely ambitious. Okay, I'm at my first unsure cache of the day. I've searched for about 10 minutes. There's a security guy that stopped a couple feet away and just like hung out until I walked away, and so that's one of the things that you have to do when you're geocaching is make sure you don't get freak out the locals. So luckily I have a bit of a network here in Vancouver on Twitter, and I also have a couple friends that I have their phone numbers for, so I've just texted a friend and hopefully he can help me find it because he was actually the last one that found it only 3 days ago. So cross our fingers we'll be able to figure it out and that I can move on to the rest. Quick and easy as that. I got a response, figured out where the cache was. It was a good location. I've never found one in a drain pipe like that before. So I just logged my first DNF. For those of you out there that don't know much about geocaching, a DNF stands for did not find. It's the scorn of geocachers everywhere. It's a horrible feeling to be unable to find it. But I checked the logs online, and the last person who was one of my friends that was looking 3 days ago was unable to find it after about 20 minutes of looking. And it's not a hard cache to find, so most likely means it's been muggled. For those of you, again, that don't know about geocaching, we call all of you muggles. People that don't know anything about geocaching. And so when somebody takes a cache, whether purposefully or not, we call it being muggled because it's no longer there for us to find. So that's part of geocaching, unfortunately. It's not always happy because that means someday I'm going to have to come back and find that cache when the owner actually replaces it, which means I'm going to have to come all the way here just for 1 or 2 caches. But it's part of life, and it's a beautiful, beautiful trail to be walking down, and Gordy, my GPS, is doing a great job. I swear to God, I would not be able to do this if I didn't have this little device here, as well as having it waterproof. Makes life so much better and awesomer and better and awesomer. I already said that. But now I just got to a nice little lookout, and I'll let you see the water. That's kind of cool, right? That was a really big slug. Oh! I'm assuming the next cache is nearby, because I see a place that the next cache should be. Oh dear, did I just pass a cache? I totally just passed a cache. I gotta go back. So I totally got distracted while looking at the view. I seem to be doing that a lot, and I totally passed a cache. And thanks to Scruffster, I have to walk through this crazy bush to find the cache, and then I've already found it, so now I'm coming back to the trail. My goodness, they call us a rainforest for good reason. I am just soaked right now, and I'm only like halfway done, not even halfway done my trip. So I am getting very wet, but it's fun, right? I think I'm just OCD and want to get these caches off my list. What's wrong with me? I think I have an addiction problem. and it's called geocaching, and I don't want to stop. Wow, so this trip would have been nice and clean and relatively not wet had I realized that there was a bunch of scruffster hides. For those of you, once again, that don't know about geocaching, scruffster is, how could I put it? A clever man who likes to torture cachers. I really shouldn't have looked for his caches on such a rainy day, because I just literally I hiked down a trail that was completely overgrown. There's a bunch of fences in front of the trail basically saying, don't go there. There was no signs that said to say that, so I didn't break any laws. But then I had to climb up and over and around and under and through a bunch of trees to finally make the find. Luckily I made it, but bloody heck, I am soaked. I don't know if I can, I am drenched right now. So now I gotta figure out how to get back to the main trail, because I could barely even find the trail down here. So I gotta figure out how to climb all the way back up, get onto the main trail and back into the regular caches that I was finding earlier. The positive thing though, there is a silver lining to this, is I am currently standing with an amazing view of the water and the bridge. So check this out. That's the kind of stuff you don't see in downtown Vancouver. That's the stuff that you gotta go hiking for. And that's part of the reason that I geocache. Okay, at this point I am just completely drenched. I don't think there's a single bit of me that's not completely soaked right now. I'm tweeting with a couple of locals right now, and I think they're just kind of laughing at me, but I honestly feel like I have broken my geocaching cherry, because if this isn't hardcore geocaching, short of freaking using scuba gear and climbing gear to get to caches, I don't know what the bloody hell is. I am so glad I only have 2 caches left. I've done 9 so far. I only have 2 caches left. Actually, it's 1 cache and 1 stage O multi. Not important. But then I can go and try to find transit home. I don't know Burnaby very well, so I might get lost. And I was just saying to myself a bit ago, yes, I'm a geocacher. I talk to myself. What I was saying to myself a minute ago. Oh crap, where am I? Turn right or left? Up here. Just saying to myself, I am going home. I'm having a nice hot shower. And I'm cuddling up in a bunch of blankets. And I'm going to try to have a nice quiet evening after this. 1 cache to go. I'm hiding under a tree. I'm scared to go back out there, but I gotta finish this because I started it. That's all I can say right now. On my way to the final cache, just came to a really cool little bridge here. I think this is the bridge that comes out, goes over top of where the train is. Yeah, I can see the train tracks from here, so it's a really cool bridge. I'm doing a multi-cache that's relevant to this tunnel that goes underground, and it comes out here and it goes across the water right there, which is kind of cool to check out. So it's definitely not a place that I would have regularly gone had I not been geocaching, because this isn't really the type of thing I do. I don't really go on hikes just for the hell of it. But now that I have geocaching, I have like a purpose to go. I feel like I'm trying to sell geocaching to you. I don't know why, because you're probably watching this because you either think it's cool or you already geocached. So I promise I'm not being paid by anybody to do this. I just think it's fun to make videos, especially when I'm all alone. I got nothing else to do. It's like I'm talking to myself, but I'm not. But I actually am. Though you're listening a couple of days from now, /weeks, /months, because you're watching this on YouTube. I don't know why I'm talking to myself anymore. I think the geocaching has gotten to me, and I'm going crazy. I have nobody else to talk to, though. There's nobody else on the path anymore, because it's bloody pouring rain. But look, I'm going to be going underneath a bridge here in a second, and I can be nice and dry for all of 10 seconds before I get soaked again. I love this game. I'm not even joking. There is no sarcasm in that comment. I really like geocaching. It's fun. I like it. So, I am done. 10 out of 11 caches. 10 out of 11 caches. I'm finally trying to head home. Again, I'm a little bit lost because I'm not from Burnaby and I don't know the area too well. I think I mapped out where the bus is to take me home, so we'll just have to see. 10 out of 11 caches. I definitely look a little bit wetter than I did at the beginning of the video, that's for sure. There's literally water dripping off my hat. I am drenched. But I'm happy because I've made basically all the finds I needed. This is geocaching in Vancouver. Sometimes it's rainy, sometimes it's sunny. Sometimes you're on a crazy island that you might get stuck on. Other times you might get drenched while walking down a path in the middle of a rainforest. It's all gravy here. I love it. Until next time, I need to figure out a good tagline because I need to end off my videos with a tagline. So I'm just gonna ramble a little while longer until eventually I just